Leaders of the world's biggest economies have begun 2 days of talks at the Group of 20 Summit in New Delhi. The agenda includes some of the world's most pressing issues, including the food crisis and climate change. And the meeting comes amid growing divisions in the international community. NHK World's Neha Sharma has more from New Delhi.
The summit comes as the world faces a food and energy crisis that has only worsened since Russia's invasion of Ukraine. In his opening address, chair country leader, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, expressed his determination to find common ground between the US and Russia, among others.
India calls on the entire world to turn the global trust deficit into trust and faith. It is time for us to move together.
India has sought to distance itself from the West and Russia since the invasion of Ukraine. It aims to play a coordinating role based on its multi-alignment diplomacy. Modi also announced that the African Union has been granted permanent member status in the G20 bloc, furthering his drive to give a greater voice to developing and emerging economies known as the Global South. But recent ministerial meetings leading up to the summit have failed to issue a joint statement due to differences over the wording on the war in Ukraine. Last year's summit in Indonesia managed to agree on a joint declaration by incorporating opinions from both the US and Russia. But it could be difficult this time to reach a consensus even on such a compromise. The absence of Chinese President Xi Jinping could have a considerable effect on the talks. His no-show, as well as that of Russian President Vladimir Putin, could throw the role of G20 into doubt. Countries in the Global South have been severely affected by the food crisis caused by the war and climate change. They are increasingly frustrated by the confrontation between the major powers over Ukraine, as the standoff is hampering efforts to tackle those issues. The question now is whether the G20 leaders will only stick to their own positions or they will be able to make headway towards resolving global issues. Neha Sharma, NHK World, New Delhi.